To many, the U.S. Virgin Islands are a vacationer's paradise, but recent storms have left trails of destruction in their paths. Recent hurricanes Irma and Maria absolutely devastated the U.S. Virgin Islands. In response, the Mississippi Army National Guard sent over 100 soldiers to assist in relief efforts. A logistical task force comprised of soldiers from throughout the state was created to support the U.S. Virgin Islands.
The 298 CSSB was called upon to create a task force to respond to disaster relief efforts in the United States Virgin Islands.
Mississippi was one of many states to send guardsmen to aid the U.S. Virgin Islands. These partnerships fall under an Emergency Management Assistance Compact, or EMAC.
Right now, I've counted at about 32 states that have provided assistance to the Virgin Islands National Guard in support of our hurricane recovery efforts.
Although there was only a handful of soldiers from Mississippi, they were well represented throughout the islands.
We provided support from the flight line where the commodities came in, all the way out to the point of distribution where they were handed off to the citizens of the Virgin Islands.
The soldiers of Task Force Crazy Train provided many forms of logistical support, including commodity staging, transportation operations, distribution operations, maintenance support, and fuel resupply operations. The commodities coming into the airfields were first handled by service members.
We're loading food pallets on 18-wheeler beds to get shipped out to the pod sites on the island so we can get the islanders and the locals their food.
Mississippi Guardsmen also helped to transport the supplies around the islands.
Since we've been here, we've transported over 500,000 meals, close to 300,000 bottles of water, 30,000 tarps to every corner of the island in support of the locals here.
After being delivered, the commodities were handed out to local residents at points of distribution, or pod sites. In order to be successful in distribution operations, a lot of maintenance had to be done.
Maintenance is very important. Without proper maintenance conducted on equipment, then we lose combat power to the fight, or in this case, relief support. We conducted maintenance just about on every aspect, from putting engines in like you see here, to doing technical inspections, to doing something as simple as a battery replacement.
Task Force Crazy Train was also supporting operations by fueling equipment around the islands.
It makes me feel great knowing I'm part of the recovery effort, and I can actually make a difference around here in especially training the new guys. Your tank level indicator.
During the time the Guardsmen were on the islands, they completed many tasks vital to hurricane relief operations.
I am grateful for the extended family, all the Guardsmen that came in and just jumped right in. I mean, if it wasn't for the patches, nobody would know, because we were all representing the military and representing it well.
Calypso Ops, radio check over.
Calypso Ops, this is 116 Croy. I can hear you loud and clear. Over.
I mean, this has really been a good story for the Guard. It tells why the Guard needs to be in each and every community, and it also shows how the EMAC process works effectively and brings, the forces that's required, because Virgin Islands National Guard by itself could not do it.
From taking food off the supply planes to putting it into the hands of those needing it, soldiers of Task Force Crazy Train were involved in virtually every part of hurricane relief operations on the islands. Reporting for the 102nd Public Affairs Detachment, I'm Specialist Jovi Prevot.